What's up, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of the Ben Thomas Show. Thanks for coming back. Today, I've got a special one. This is actually my Christmas present of 2022, and it's the Zack Snyder Justice League 2-pack from Hot Toys. Now, of course, that's the black-suited Superman and the Knightmare Batman. And this video's taken me a little while to make, I'm not gonna lie. I've been having fun with the figures just in my display, but I got the box out. I'm gonna do an unboxing for you guys. Either way, give you my thoughts at least. Have some fun on the video, maybe do some posing. Light ones on this one because I want to keep the figures nicely intact. But stick around. If you guys like the video, hit the like button for me. If you're new to the channel, hit the subscribe if you can, and let's get into it. So I gotta say, I've been pretty happy with this figure set in my collection. Now, don't crucify me. I wasn't a huge fan of Ben Affleck's version of Batman, even though I'm a huge Batman fan. But I always loved the Cavill version. Now, don't get me wrong. Bruce Wayne and this particular actor, Ben Affleck, in these set of films was still badass. I just preferred the Christian Bale days. I didn't love seeing Batman use a gun. It just didn't feel very Batman to me. But at the same time, I still really loved this film, this adaptation of the Zack Snyder universe, Justice League. Didn't really love the original Justice League that was released. It felt like a bit of a hollow cut of a movie. I really liked the Zack Snyder cut, and I do love the black-suited Superman. Now, would I have loved to see Zack Snyder include a head with the long flowing hair? Absolutely. But we didn't get that from the film, so obviously we don't get it from the figure. Now, the figure itself, the Superman, I'm starting with here. Again, we're going to show two figures in this video, but the likeness to Henry Cavill is excellent. I do think that the hair part is going the wrong direction. Somebody can fact check me on that in the comments down below if you'd like. One thing that I have not experienced with any of my figures up till now has been a wired cape. And having a wired cape is actually harder than I expected. It requires a ton of futzing. Those posers out there, I'm looking at, guys like Iron Logan, Lael from 1/6 Scale Man, and many others who are amazing posing experts within the community. Those guys know how to pose a cape. I'm still learning, so bear with me on that. But look at this head sculpt up close. It definitely does it for me. I think the paint applications are excellent. I really like the silver tones through the bodysuit. I think that looks fantastic. I really also like the suit design. So the kind of glittery nature to it, but the raised texturing on the suit is really, really cool. Now, this was interesting. When I was initially posing this figure out of the box, I moved the ankle joint down just a little bit, and the leg actually popped out of the socket, not at the hip, but where essentially the foot meets the ankle. But it's attached to the boot, so the whole boot started to pull away. I honestly thought I broke the figure. So you can click it back in, just don't make the same mistake as me. I had a mini heart attack, not gonna lie. Now, this is the second head sculpt that comes with this Justice League 2-pack. Of course, this is the glowing red eye look. It does have a battery. I'll show you how that works here in a second. Without the batteries on, it does look a little bit like he's got an eye infection, in my opinion. But this is what he looks like with the lights on. It's pretty cool. Now, I will say, I'm surprised. There's more bleed around the eye than I expected from the light. I thought it would be a little bit less glowy around the eye sockets, kind of like you're seeing here from the side. But is it passable? Yeah, definitely. And I can see that there's like a little bit of a paint scuff on the hair. You hate to see it. Is this the sculpt I'm going to use? Probably not. As cool as I think it is, Hot Toys batteries are notorious for dying real quick. And because I can't keep this guy lit permanently, I don't necessarily want to have this sculpt displayed when, as I said, it looks kind of like he's got an eye infection otherwise. Now, I will say that this is kind of cool. I've not had a figure that had this in it yet. But this is the ball peg, of course, that fits into the head once the batteries are installed. The batteries are those small scale, circular ones, kind of saucer-shaped ones that you'd get with like an Iron Man, for example. So they were a little bit tricky to get in, and again, I'm really not expecting this to last all that long. But that is driving me freaking nuts. Zack, Collecting Weekly might have to poke you on some paint fixes on that, buddy. But I do think, again, up close, looks pretty cool. I like the vein work even around the eyes. It's pretty cool. I had to show you guys this as well because I thought this honestly looked hilarious. So, not how I'm going to display my Superman, but you get the idea either way. Now, I wanted to try my hand at a flight pose because, of course, it's Superman, right? I am worried about the clamp around the leg, and I'd equally be worried about the longevity of the waist clamp around the waist. So, will I keep this in a flight pose? Probably not, to be fully honest. I'm just worried about suit degradation over time, and I don't want that. He still looks real badass standing in a museum pose, but for the sake of some pictures and showing you guys what he could look like on a flight pole, I do think he looks fantastic. Now, this figure does have better articulation than I'm showing here with this pose, but I am so worried about damaging the suit. Of course, this is my copy of the figure. I don't want to push it as hard as it could go. But let's also take a better look with the lit head sculpt on this figure, especially in flight pose. Yeah, that's pretty cool. I will give it that. That looks awesome. If I could find a way to keep this guy lit, likely through the back of the suit, not through the head, it's just a lot of customization. But if I could keep it lit, this is actually probably how I'd want to pose this guy. But I'd also be curious to hear from you guys down below. How do you normally keep your Superman posed? Do you keep it in a flight pole? Have you found ways around it, like fishing line? Ways to kind of keep it off the ground and keep it in the flight pose without having to worry about the clamp on the suit? Or do you keep it more in that kind of heroic, stoic pose / museum? Let's be honest. I'd love to hear from you guys below, because any inspiration, of course, in the community when it comes to posing, I think is always appreciated from all of us. This, I can picture him just laying the hammer down on some, unsuspecting bad guy on the ground. But let's get to the Knightmare Batman, because it is, of course, the second figure in this pack. Obviously, as you can tell, I've gravitated quite a bit to that Superman, but I did want to show you this pose with the Knightmare Batman. Now, I know Daft Toys has made a different jacket for this figure that apparently is superior to this Hot Toys release, so it's going to be something that I look into, but I really like the look of this figure overall. I think the weathering is really good. I love the tailoring of the outfit otherwise. I think the armor plating looks really good. I like the coloration. I like the detail on the gun work there with that Joker tag on the back is pretty cool. Even the binoculars have great weathering on it and is really, really well done. The mouth plate I do think looks like Ben Affleck, so I think they've done that really, really well. And I like that they've got the goggles that are swappable. Now, both of these figures come with, of course, the Justice League stand that you're seeing here. This is a massive base, so I probably won't use it. The figure hands are here on display for you. The two mouth plates, of course, go with the Ben Affleck because Superman has a full head, so you can't change his mouth out. But that one, especially on the right, I think looks freaking exactly like Ben Affleck. So, bravo Hot Toys. Very, very well done, considering I'm literally just looking at a mouth. But this is kind of what it comes with the exception of this other pistol here, and it's a great inclusion. But as always, I'd love to hear from you guys down below. What are your thoughts on this Knightmare 2-pack? Did you pick this up for your own collection? If you did, share some pictures with me over at The Ben Thomas Show on Instagram. Would love to hear from you. If you liked the video, hit the like button for me. Smash the subscribe if you're new to the channel, and I'll catch you guys on the next one. Thanks for watching, everybody.